Welcome to another edition of Flex Rental Solutions how-to videos. Today we're going to be going over the warehouse process, taking a quote to a pull sheet to the warehouse and back. We're going to start with the quote that we called Warehouse Demo. It has a small number of line items, some line array speakers, subs, amp rack, and speaker cable. Some of these items are serialized, some of them are non-serialized. And we'll go over how those react in the warehouse process, both going out and in. So before we get to the warehouse, we need to confirm the quote. Once this is confirmed, we will get email notifications to all the people in the group that need that. Now there is a new action item once it's confirmed called Generate Pull Sheet. We're going to generate our pull sheet. And now, as a child element to the warehouse demo is a pull sheet called Warehouse Demo. We're going to double click that. So here's the pull sheet items. Under our pull sheet options, we can now go to prep screen. And now we're ready to start prepping. Right now it's giving us a countdown clock on when this needs to be prepped by. So this has 57 more minutes till it is supposed to ship. The scan history is everything that has happened scan-wise on this session per this user. You have the pull sheet, which is what items need to go out, and the manifest is what items have been scanned out. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to scan some subwoofers.
Scan successful.
We get a verbal feedback and a visual feedback. That triangle right there notifies that you have partially completed items. So let's scan another one.
Scan successful.
Now you have a visual check mark of both a green check mark and a progress bar on how many line items have been completed so far. We're going to go to our line arrays and start scanning those out.
Scan successful.
Notice that you do not have to wait for the item to be rendered to scan the next item, which is very nice. A lot of times in the warehouse you are working fast and furious, and it will keep everything updated. We're going to scan out some amp racks, or a single amp rack.
Scan successful.
Okay. Now we need to do some speaker cables, and we can always stretch these out a little bit to help you. We need two 50-foot cables.
Quantity input required.
And there's our quantity of 2 for those.
Scan successful.
And now we need some jumper cables.
Quantity input required.
And we'll hit accept.
Scan successful.
It's showing you 100% complete. So now we can finalize that. And this will move the availability over to the manifest. And now if we go to warehouse and go to ship manifest, these are the items that need to be shipped. And the status is it's been prepped, but it has not been shipped. So there's our warehouse demo. We're going to double click that. And we can simply mark it as we're shipping it out. It'll move its status from prepped to shipped. At this point in time, let's go back and make sure that our availability has been updated. Let's go under audio, and we can go under speakers, and there's our line arrays, and we'll open those up. And we can see now that we only have 12 out of 16 available. Let's look at our serial numbers, and we see that this item is out on warehouse demo, and those 3 others are out on warehouse demo. So all of our items get updated as far as where they're at. Those are links to the actual pull sheet. If I double click that, it'll open up the pull sheet on those items. And let's take a look at our subwoofers also. 6 out of 8 are available because again we shipped 2 out to warehouse demo. We also can look at our scan log for the model. And these are the last 2 items that were prepped and where they went to, who prepped them, and at what time they were prepped. So very helpful features for just tracking availability and knowing where your inventory is. Now, what happens a lot of times is things go out very organized in specific cases to specific jobs. When they come back, they get put in a pile and sometimes are not very well organized, or multiple shows get returned at the same time, and it's hard to know which item came back from which manifest. What we've done is we've made the ability to do what's called a free scan in. And as we scan these items in, it will resolve the manifests. So let's start scanning things in. We found this amp rack.
Scan successful.
And it'll show you its last known location was warehouse demo. And if we go to the return of that, it has returned that item. So let's keep on working through the free scan in process.
Scan successful. Scan successful. Scan successful. Scan successful.
Okay, all those speakers are in. We're going to scan in a couple subs.
Scan successful. Scan successful.
Okay, and those were all serialized items, which are really easy to track. And again, as we refresh it, we can see all of our serialized speakers are back, but our speaker cable has not returned. Now let's scan our speaker cable.
Quantity input required.
So it doesn't know which item these belong to because they are non-serialized, but it's saying there is a show called Warehouse Demo, a manifest that was shipped, and this is when it's supposed to come back, and there were 2 out on that. So we can put our quantity as 2, select that line item, and hit accept.
Scan successful.
And it'll return those to that, it'll resolve that to that manifest. Let's do our
Quantity input required.
jumpers. We're going to hit 3. We're going to select where they belong to and hit accept.
Scan successful.
And now it is smart enough to know that all the line items for that particular manifest have been returned, so we can now finalize that and everything is back in its place. Let's go and look at our speakers now. Our availability is back up to 16 out of 16, and everything is back at the Flex Rental Solutions warehouse. And if we go to scan log, we can see all the items, those 4 were returned. I hope that gives you a really good insight into how the warehouse process works, how effective both the visual and the voice prompts are in keeping your warehouse people up to date as far as what they're scanning. If you have any questions or need any special demos, please contact me at chris@flexrentalsolutions.com.